Hey y'all, it's Misty with Gigi's Crib and Creche. We're going to change 3 dolls today and start in a book about the women of the Bible. So let's change these girls and let's have some fun. So let's see, how did my weekend go? My dad was in town. I saw him Friday night. He lives in Missouri. There was supposed to be a family wedding this weekend, but long story, that didn't happen. And I ain't mad about it. Let's just say a family member is coming back to Jesus, and sometimes that can be painful, but it's the right kind of pain. So anyway, what did I do Saturday? I don't even remember. What did I do Saturday? Saturday, I came into the bedroom and moved a bunch of stuff around because I picked up an antique, and the lady said she thought it was at least 100 years old. I picked up an antique miniature crib off of Facebook Marketplace for $10. $10 for this thing. Whatever. I ain't mad about it. But it's an antique. Whoever first babies that were laid in this crib are probably long gone by now. But I sure was thankful for it. I was talking to Lisa. I think it was Thursday maybe, and I was like, yeah, I wish I had a nursery, because I'm just in a small, very small, 1-bedroom apartment, and you don't have a thing on, so I needed something small, and I wanted to have the dolls together, most of them, and kind of up off the floor and not just strung all over the place. So by the way, this is Melody. She is also from Lisa, Blue Grandma. My first ever real reborn. Like, painted from another person, not ordered off of Amazon. Painted by an artist. Let's see. I don't change her that often because she's my first one. I just want to make sure that she lasts for a very long time. Just because it was my first and, very special to me. So I got her last year, I think in November, maybe? I think it was November. And then, so I was busy. Where did I put your outfit? Oh, there it is. My mom came after church. Well, she came at about 3:20. I know I had socks for you too. Where did they go? I lose everything. And then she was watching Charlie Kirk's funeral. Or was it his funeral, or was it... I know there was a lot of places like in Arizona at the State Farm. What was it, State Farm Arena? I don't know. I think it was in Glendale, which wasn't too far from where I used to live in Arizona, which was in Surprise. I don't know why they named the city that. Unless, surprise, new city, and it's in the desert, and you get scorpions and coyotes. Surprise. You know. Yes. My son and I would wait up at the bus stop and at the front of our apartment complex, and you'd see coyotes just sauntering on by like no big deal. Oh, duh! I know what socks I was gonna put on her. You know, and that can be dangerous. These coyotes that come up, they're starving. Because, you know, the more humans there are, the more room we're going to need. And, of course, I think if we could get rid of some of these big, posh condominiums, and maybe people just buy homes, or, you know, maybe not build $1 million mansions that they spend no time in. But that's just me. You know, we'd have a little bit more room. But anyway, they were, you know, covered in mange and just had no hair. And some of them, you know, could have had rabies, because that was around there too. And they would just walk right by us. Probably, I'm going to say 300 feet away. So yeah, that was fun. And then the scorpions. Oh, the scorpions. The scorpions that would make it into the house. And I had a cat and a dog at that time. I only have a cat now. And one day, the cat's just playing around with something, and my daughter, I don't know, 5 or 6 at the time, it's like, Mom, the cat's got a scorpion. I'm like, no, there's not a scorpion in the house. Well, yes, the cat was playing with a scorpion, and I had to kill it. And that wasn't the only time that there was a scorpion in the house. Now, one time my daughter was just playing in the, it's kind of a kitchen or a dining room, living room situation where there was no dividing wall. And she was at her little plastic kitchen, and lo and behold, a scorpion ran across my daughter's foot. Now, I can only tell you that God has plans for this girl. Because, oh man, the amount of times she has hit her head, the amount of times that, well, anyway, so in Arkansas, when we lived in Arkansas before we moved to Arizona, we found out that she was allergic to red ants. Severely. Neurologically goes comatose. Next time she gets bit, could possibly go into anaphylactic shock and die. And she was no more than 3 when that happened, probably 2. So we had to take her to a emergency room in Little Rock, which was about 45 minutes from where we were, and we got pulled over, and because we were speeding, obviously. Got pulled over, told the officer what was going on, and then I believe he made a clear path for us to get to the hospital, because she was not waking up. Very scary. And she's had a couple concussions. So she's had a scorpion run across her foot and not get hurt. I don't see how. I mean, these scorpions just must have been so used to seeing humans that they just didn't mess with them. Cat tried to get that one too. I think the cat might have won that battle. I don't remember having to kill that one. I have killed some outside. But it was so funny in Arizona because they have these little green lizards that, you know, if you would buy them in a pet shop, they'd be, you know, $50, but they're outside running around. So, that was fun. Oh, look at her and her little bow. I got this for 60 cents at a local thrift shop, you guys. 60 cents. It wasn't the only one I got either. I got like 5 other ones. Oh, so there's little Miss Pearl. Let's see, where are your shoes? So anyway, my dad came on Friday and visited for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. Because then he had to get to bed and then he was going to go visit my brother, who lives about 45 minutes away from here. And then Sunday, we went and picked up the crib, and my daughter picked it up and brought it in for me, because she's a little Miss Strong. She's in strength training at school, so, and then my mom was waiting outside, and then, excuse me, I had to take a drink. My mom was waiting outside, and my daughter started sitting down and talking, and I said to her, do you just want to hang out for a little bit? And I'll bring you home and we can go. She works at Dunkin'. One of her jobs is at Dunkin', and then the other one is at a restaurant. She works at the restaurants on Friday nights and the Dunkin' Saturday mornings. So my mom went home, and Gracie and I went out, and we went to her work and got a coffee and some donuts, and then we went to Five Below and, you know, just talked a little bit. We hung out here first a little bit and just talked about what was going on in their life. I do not have my kids right now. It's not a CPS thing. It's not a, you know, like it's not like that kind of situation. It's just, maybe someday I'll talk about it, but, I'm hyped. My son is severely functioning autistic, and, I'm, more of a higher functioning autistic, and, well, things happen. So anyway, so that was that. And then, I tell you, I went to sell something on Facebook Marketplace. It was a cat condo, and it was barely used, and it was about $100 cat condo. I didn't pay that much for it. I found it on sale. But anyway, Mr. Toby doesn't use it. So it's big, and I'm like, well, I could use a room. So I put it on there Friday, and I probably had 20 people ask me if it was available, when can they come pick it up, and then never reply back. I've had people tell me that they were on their way and not show up. Yesterday, somebody was going to show up shortly after 4:30. And I kept messaging them and, you know, what time are you coming? You know, I got to run my daughter over to her job. And just things like that, and didn't hear from them. Well, then about 6:30 last night, I decided, I'm like, well, I'm just going to assume that, you know, you don't want this, because you haven't communicated with me about this at all. And if you're going to buy something, just communicate about it. My schedule is not going to work around yours. I'm not just going to sit here and hold something for you until you feel like coming and getting it. And especially if you're... So anyway, texted back or messaged back and they said, yes, that's why we asked you about your availability today. Now, I said after 4:30, it's 7 o'clock at night, you know, and they're like, well, we're at work in Green Bay. We're working right now. And I'm like, that's why we asked you, you know, how late you were going to be available. And I said, okay, I'll hold it till 9 p.m. Well, that was not going to work for them. That was, what time did you expect that you were going to come pick this up? Midnight? Like, I'm not going to wait up for you to come buy this $100 cat condo that I'm charging you $30 for, that I freshly twined, which means I put more of the scratching string on it or whatever. So anyway, they were like, well, that's not going to work from us. If it's still available in a couple of days, we'll get back with you. I just left the conversation and I took the cat condo off of Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, this is not worth the hassle. So I don't know. There's somewhere else I can try and sell it. So I may put it on that one and see. I mean, I'm just trying to help people out here. I could be charging $50 or $60 because I've seen one smaller than this. That this is 3 levels. 4 if you count one of, it's got like 2 poles on the top that each have a level, and then it's got a cubby hole level, and then it's got a bottom level that's got, you know, place for the cats to sit too. You know, so it's not a piece of crap condo that somebody's just trying to get $10 for off of Marketplace. Anything that I have that I can be a help to other people to pay it forward, you know, I try to do that. I'm not looking to make a buck, usually. So, you know, that wasn't going to work out, so I just left. I'm too old to deal with that crap. I'm 48 years old, and I'm not going to stay up till midnight. What? What? Waiting for somebody to come pick up a cat condo. That's huge. You know, and not to mention I live in an apartment building, not a house. I can't just set it outside for you. So anyway, here's my Pearl. Pearl baby. Okay, now this next doll, she's a Pika, but there's a photo of my daughter when she was probably 1. She had stole my McDonald's coffee, iced coffee, and she had this, she was drinking it and the straw was coming out of her mouth and her head was tilted down, you know, kind of like, well, it's hard to say, but her head was tilted down like this, and she's got huge eyes. I mean, just huge eyes, just like the huge round eyes. She's just gorgeous. So talented. She can sing like an angel. She nails, I don't know if anybody knows anything about Phantom of the Opera, but the Christine, I believe, sings very, very high. And so can my daughter. And so she can hit these notes that are nuts, y'all. But I can hit very low notes, so who knows? I don't know. Anyway, so I got this, but I'm looking for a bigger sized one because I guess I didn't realize how small this would be. Of course, Gracie left the hospital at 5 pounds. So, and I'm going to show you. This is a dress. I'm not going to put the dress on her. This is a dress. Okay. Well, actually, let's use Pearl for comparison. Now, Pearl is about, what, 6 pounds? I forgot how many inches. So, this was a little dress that I had made for my daughter. And, my mom, I came home because I had a C-section, so I came to stay with them for a little while. And my mom was like, she's not going to fit in that dress. And I'm like, no, I think she can fit in this dress. And, yeah, I totally got the dress on her, no problem. She was so small. So small. I gotta hang that up somewhere instead of having it in a drawer. But this was actually, this might actually be too big for the Pika. I don't know. But I think she wore this when she was probably a month or two old. It's preemie. I don't know if it's gonna fit on the mini or not. The Pika, we'll see. Might be too big. I don't know, might fit. Like I said, she was pretty stinking small. I have her gown that she came home in the hospital from, and it was huge on her. And I still have it, and I've got it out of... Every time I watch these videos, I feel like I'm being so rough with these dolls. Maybe I'm just used to having extremely small babies, so I know that they're more resilient than most people think they are. She's in a little baby doll diaper. So that's how small she is. May have another diaper, but I'm not going to crawl over there and get it. Are these going to fit you? There's so very little that I have that will fit you. Oh, I'm an idiot. Duh. So yeah, she was a tiny thing. She was, I think, 18 inches. Both my kids were extremely small. My son was 7'11", which seems huge compared to Gracie. But he was also at least 10 days late, so I often wonder if he would have been on time. You know, if he would have been just as small as Gracie. I don't know. That was not a fun emergency C-section thing. Well, I guess it does kind of fit her. I'll have to tell Gracie that. She saw the dolls yesterday, and I told her this was the closest one I had found to what she looked like. I'm going to have to show her this and say, hey, just so you know, you wore this when you were like a month or two old. And it fits that doll. Look at the little ruffle butt. Oh, can you see the ruffle butt? I need to get a longer phone holder thing here, so. And I didn't even think about putting something on your bald head. That's not gonna work. Wait, will this fit? Now you're gonna look like a little elf. Okay. I'm sorry. How cute is that? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, that is so adorable. Oh my goodness. I have to try something though, so I'm gonna pause the video right quick. Okay. I bought this little fairy outfit for, I was gonna try and paint a doll. Oh, that's got something on it. And I started one, to paint one. I don't know if you can see that. But I have cats, apparently, that like to craft with me. So I don't know how I'm going to get that done. I even have this little one that I was going to paint. That's a fairy. But every stinking time I would go to my desk to start painting these dolls, the cat jumped up on the stupid stinking desk. And then the cat hair would get all, oh, how adorable. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's really cute. Oh my goodness. Wait, which way did they go? I don't know. No, this is too small for her. Yep, that's too small. I was gonna see if that would fit her, but it won't. But it's supposed to go with this doll. And then I had, and it comes with little ears. Can you see that? Obviously it will not fit her. And then I had little wings that I was going to add to it too. But you are too big. I didn't think that would be possible, but you are. I think with her I'm going to try and add a bow, even though she looks so stinking cute in that little hat. It just doesn't, yeah, wouldn't match. Would not match at all. So, okay, so I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to put the dolls back into the crib, and then show you guys the crib I got. So give me just a minute. And that noise you hear in the background is my crazy cat playing with it's a bungee cord that you stick to your door, and it comes down and it's got a toy on the end, and so the cat can play with it, but it stretches, so when the cat catches it and then pulls it and the cat doesn't hold on to it, it shoots back the other way and the cat thinks it's flying. So it's great for entertaining him. I have figured out that I cannot let my cat have catnip. He just goes too psychotic on it, and he just jumps all over the place. And I have a older friend where I'm living, and she's quite tiny, not height-wise, but size-wise. And when he jumps around, he jumps on whoever's in the way. He does not care. And she scared the crap out of him, and he's gotten me a couple times with some scratches. So he's not trying to be mean or anything. He just goes, I mean, he's like a crack addict when he's on this. It's like he's on meth. It's ridiculous. I've never seen a cat go that crazy. My other cat, when she had it, she would get kind of crazy for, I don't know, like 15 minutes. And then she would, you know, just chill. This cat, he will, no, hours. He acts like this for hours. I'm going to have to just, I have one toy that I put catnip in like 2 weeks ago. And I put like 2 pinches of it in there. I mean, not very much at all. And that is the only thing he has right now that has catnip on it. I have vacuumed everything else, anywhere else that it would be. And this cat's still in go nutso, so I'm going to have to remove that toy. And of course he won't play with normal cat toys, so I will be donating them to our local humane society, because they have tons and tons of kittens, and I have a lot of these little springy toys, so I'm going to take those to the Humane Society sometime soon. So, alright, I will be back. Okay, so here's the crib. And it's not very big. It's like 46 inches long, I think. Anyway, so here are the dolls. That is Charlie. And I've had him for a while, and I just didn't pick a name out for him, and it just, I don't know, I just thought it would be, yeah, I named him Charlie. So, and then here is Abby May, sorry. And she is going to be going to my niece. My niece is in love with her, so I'm going to give her to my niece. And then there's Melody. And then you've seen little Aunt Grace here. And then there's my Betty. And her name is, let's see, her name is Minnie. Her name is Rose. And that's Noah. And he's my silicone, who apparently wanted to steal his daughter's, his sister's doll. I have a list problem, so, and I don't, so, you know, I have just some organizational, I got that at the Dollar Tree, and so we've got mitts up there and hair stuff, and I got these little black circles at Dollar Tree, and so I just clipped these little barrettes around them, so they were handy and not shoved in a drawer somewhere. And this is so I don't forget the names of my dolls. So anyway, And then this is where I keep my COAs. And there's some Little Mermaid stuff I have, because I love Little Mermaid. And my daughter actually played Little Mermaid at her school. She was the only one that could sing the part. And Ariel was a good role for her. I always loved Little Mermaid, and she knew that. So I was real proud of her performance. And so many people came up to me and said, "I didn't know your daughter could sing like that. Where did she get it from?" And I'm like, well, but yeah, she's got a beautiful voice, beautiful, beautiful voice. And then here is my little dog. This was Scruffy. I don't have, she's not with me anymore. So, and I found that at Goodwill. I thought it matched her. She was a Schnauzer Yorkie mix, so that's not exactly what she looked like, but anyway. And then this is an outfit I'm gonna put on my little Rose knit booties, and I found them when I was going through some stuff the other day, and I soaked them. They were yellowish. I'm sure I got them from a thrift shop. So I soaked them in OxyClean for a couple days, and that worked. Now they're white again, and here's where I keep the hats and the clothes. And here's my little silicone nursery. And those little 5, I was so excited about these new ones until I saw they were $13, so I bought one. And then inside this little place is the shoes. So that's about it for my quote-unquote nursery. So, alright, we're gonna get into this book here. Give me just a minute, and I'm gonna go sit down at my desk so I have something to put my Bible and book on. Mr. Aiden says hi. I love this little outfit. Isn't that the cutest little breakfast outfit that he's been in for